yɛnto asɛm from one and pay. Yɛnkɔ another interesting one and our editorial. Na yɛmfa Emma Ghana for. It's very, very sad and it's very embarrassing how things are going in terms of player welfare in our football, and I say league now, boy, the players are crying. Jumani they say, baby, I be for be a pay a catuan to munia. They will be soon. Say yentuna katuam say the bear at least. Niama beti mi akoye kama dia mo bibia. But honestly, niama bi koswa. I was say you draw the authorities' attention to it. Emma omo ensu hu say omu twase bia achia yi papa. Recently, 2 days ago, very sad story from Team Legon Cities. And Osha Legon Cities omo bad this league imu with omo branding, bringing a lot of musicians to the stadium. Said the bear or met me ababe cheer players, supporters be bar cheer players, They started a lot of things there. Now a bomb obia person kohe Legon Cities, the type of football mobile. So now if you abaka say scout ho enti no mo jiro mo so meet me ama league and EGN so to me abama and issue the supporters of Legon Cities. But this is not the first time. A host of players be brave abesanko obia wiepe no only Legon Cities problem. Obia kwa only Legon Cities problem because of players welfare among contract agreement between player and team The last time which opoku issues na baba Muhammad ye na ba players be brave. So na ako players status committee ne yɛ ma player no ne yɛ bi so ha ne aka de ama club no ɛyɛ ade a akoso ache. And this is very sad. This happened last few days. This is a player for Legon Cities we frame goalkeeper Sylvester Saki, and the last time last 4 days, meaning the last 5 days before boy in pass on, this is what he wrote on the Facebook page. I say in building football fundamentals in Ghana, FA should check a lot if basic things that will encourage players to play without starvation. Many players are out of the seasonal league. FA should follow up. This is a goalkeeper. Last season, he played so well for the club. Inti, yabo season every 3 months time, per man checks 3 months time, yentu a team, yentu a players neka. Ebi nso ko omo free team no mu omo call that clubs yentu omoka. This is the practice your clubs need be here. Say a basketball player no crampo no out of contract crampo na. Then Adbena, they will not pay you. Players almost shut me down or pay. But First Division Premier League, me say player no kwano or out of contract no or kwa. If you are 5 months, 6 months, na come, they will not pay. This is the practice of the football administrators in this country. It's very difficult to manage a club. But sabi ohun soya. Why do you have to force yourself, say? You have to own a club. Football is business. Football is business. And if so, you are not ready for the business, please. No what change. The players are hungry. Players, this is Michel Otu. Player for that's Legon Cities. I see minimum wage come for Ghana Premier League players to begin 2023-2024 season. I'll come there. Michel Otu the same thing. Enra, I be thing. At the tour, some players in they are starving. A player last season, he was part of the league at the Legon Cities. And also about Abe Canada. And I did quite hard drink a sepa. The same Saki super abonting, only will be chat. A boy in the free mono, and some may be in the PPA. This is it. Only with us a suit to the sofa. Sir. The chat or boy in the chat in here. And a popular. I say yes. I will disgrace Legon City for this. No one care. No one call or even text us. So players, now they are talking. They are exposing Legon Cities. And you ma enkoye with Legon Cities, omo exposing, omo kan And it's not only Legon cities. When you come here, this is James Akaminko, a former player for Ash Gold, then Great Olympics. Akaminko so attracting things. I say rest in peace, Saki. It's about time we tell the truth. Leaders of Ghana football do not care about the welfare of football players in the local league. If proper measures are not put in place, football players and talent will leave the country in search of greener pastures. This issue is some journalists will always defend these selfish football leaders because of the little benefit they get in order to feed their families. What in some for their mom. We should always bear in mind that some of these players are breadwinners of their families and have financial responsibility towards their families and loved ones. Good. Akamenko is very good. So we address it. The bad aspects, the negative aspects are more players and more fun. But when you guys were playing, as I said earlier on, you are afraid to talk. Now what Tanzania and Tino Kasa. You guys need to be courageous. You need to be bold. Then voice out. Talk to people. Talk to Ghanaians and say, this is the issue. This is our problem. It's a move facing. Talk to your own club supporters. Tell them, say, this is the problem I'm facing. I'll come back to this issue. Because I am very sad. Your Okroma say, Mr. First Division, they don't pay them. On paper, on the contract, the agreement is there. We will pay you this. At the end of the season, they will give you nothing. Me say the players are there. Me line and that's no. They will send messages. They don't pay them anything. Who your player now koka? Say ya, they will isolate you. Omema unkwaya say, wo na wo ye na say Judas e wo team. But this is their practice. The football administrators, I'm not practicing here. They don't respect the players. But as I always say, the main actors of the game are your players. And if the players are not there, you people are not there. If the players are not there, if they are not fit, you have no responsibility. Be also who plays with your football administrator. If the players are not there, what do you do? Good. It's a responsibility of the FA to check all these things. The FA is sleeping on the welfare of the players. The PFA is sleeping. The same thing goes to the football administrators because they don't care. You are in this country and the FA president. I was at the event. I qualified a World Cup. He said so many things. He gave out compliments. It was very nice. A good speech to the players. Now, the FA at Transit, GFA Foundation, helping players, ex-players, the players are actually money. But I'm asking so many questions. But the FA president said something. This is what he said last year.
So I spoke about the PFAG and I spoke about what they have been doing. I want to speak about some of the things that I've been discussing with the PFAG and which could potentially impact on the football ecosystem. The PFAG lives and seeks the welfare of footballers. And as a football association, it's so important for us to be interested in the welfare of our players. So when we have an association that seeks the welfare of the players, it's imperative that the FA should be interested in the activities of the welfare bodies that seek the welfare of our players. This is important. I remember my visit to the PFAG offices. I remember Tony and the rest, the president. We discussed the establishment of the standard player contract. I made a firm commitment towards this course. We would cross the T's very soon, and hopefully in the new season we would introduce standard player contracts that would ultimately protect every signatory to those contracts. I'm talking about the players. Beyond this introduction of the standard player contract, we have also been discussing the introduction of minimum wages or minimum salaries for players, especially professional players in this country. Again, at my visit or during my visit with the PFAG, we discussed this policy. This policy will go through the processes. I'm talking about internal processes, and God willing, next season we should introduce minimum player salaries in this country for professional players.
Mr. President, we are starting the Premier League tomorrow. Is this thing done? Is the player standard contract done? This is the question we are asking this morning. We need to be honest to ourselves. If you want to grow the league, these things are basic. We are in this country. My own people from Techima, nobody abobo yan short players at the training grounds. We are in this country, the same thing. No more the pragya and the 4 players at the match venue. Tarnishing the image of the league. If you don't know, the FA need to stand up. The league is your product. The clubs are mismanaging the players. Just recently, Samuel Eto'o Eba office 2021, 2 years ago, even second division players, they are paying them 75,000 safer. Convert it. 1,000 safer for Premier League players. It's clear. Pocket fat money. It's clear. These things are there. And you mean American wants them. So if you want to develop a gamer, it's about time. I want to say your league the players no, and you're very, very important to us. Samuel Eto'o, Cameroon, Frankfurt. He came and he started giving that improved contract to players. They are the main actors of the game. To protect the league, so that we will not play much of inconvenience. Yeah, my betting companies ain't game, no my game, no. At least you bet me and yeah. The fairness of the game. No problem beyond Bano. So we are discussing match fixing. These are certain things we need to make sure say we put it in a good place. This is it on your screen. Me see, just read it. And Frankfurt, the least player, minimum wage, 1,000 safer. That's a mumbia mukaka. Me say 1,000 safer. Let people see and convert it. Convert it 200,000 safer for the Premier League. That is the minimum. You see, so when you start to work around players' welfare in the league, the best players stay in the league. Again, it protects the league image. And when the credibility of the league, it's always high. But let's say Legon cities don't pay their players. Techman, they don't pay their players. The last time I checked, big club in Ghana, 2 months don't train the players. Do you think players are going to be influential? Our league is sponsored by Bet Power. But always, we open door for these people, these betting companies, to at least come out, then, or make many players now in negotiations. Mama, match of convenience, nothing. First, come from Mamo. They will do it. We were in this country, yeah, Bobo, and your quality players need be phone. You heard na betting compress almost sight no players no on phone so. Are we protecting the image of the league? So, Mr. President, you said it last year. We are going to a new season this year. And now we say, yeah, have you worked on it? The internal process, how are we going to solve it? Is it done? The club licensing board, you need to work on this thing. Ayamajuma. The players are dying. It's very, very important. Say you're setting up player standard contract. Let's work around the minimum wage. As you said, say clubs will be in your radio. Forget about the votes. Forget about the friends. Forget about say we are in bed with them. You're now for fun. Let's forget about it. Say clubs 10 and they're ready to pay their players well. They should play the league. Last time I said it here, summer text. On the 25th of every month, no matter what players can we. Go Stars on the 27th, no matter what players can we. To invite a lot of corporate institutions to the league, and what's the league, credibility, and very high. What we are seeing from some of the clubs, I'm sorry. Now to the players. 2014, Nigeria, the same thing happened. And Nigeria players boycotted league. They have Players Union of Nigeria. Ghana more players. No to Facebook na more kasa. Mo to Facebook na more church. Do you have any association? Players association? Do you have it? It's about time you boycott the league. Mun come home, young more league no. Niye so mo who beti ma kire mo kro mu ase. Niye so mo sabe. There are people, wise people, wise administrators are. Or me baka so mo beti ma league no. It's about time the players need to stand up. Players Association and also Players Union, stand up. Tell your clubs that you are not playing until say, the standard contract for you people. The last time player be catch them and say, person move from baby on because as a sikasem enkoye. No one person mo increase the salary. Or just saying also or just 600. No more 2 they are call 950. Let me say, wow. Because we don't have the standard contract there. This is the work of the FA. If say you say your league, genuine, your league, credibility, yes, higher. This is the practice we need to do. I know you people know better. You can do it, Mr. President. As you said, these are the fundamentals. I was all fix it. You need to fix it. As I said, players, it's up to you people. The Players Union, boycott the league. Nigeria for your bidder. We can set examples. Munkam humom na set that example. So okay say okay has ne kotoko de e bia hoye homutuom players ka has ne Go Stars ene kwakobo na has anasa has ne Legon City ne bo na Legon City players ne so ma gbo Coty League no mo a has nko be sida ko league no. You need to be united. Then mon fighting for your own cause. It's about time. I'm not here. Some can see a league, young boycott, but the practice and the behavior from some of the clubs every season upon season, you tell some football. It's about time we need to do the needful. Players Union set up. You can boycott the league, then fight for your own right. In some job for you be idea. Once I send by the motor after I come and go to be mountain truffle. What he goes, ash gold. I'll bar, get to Olympus. Madam for Pan, I'm telling you the truth. You're paying for information out of my. You're paying for a few more out of my. Also call Tanzania near money. You need to speak out when things are going wrong. It's about time the players need to stand up and talk to Ghanaians, talk to people. Fight to the association. Ayamu na mama association no edimu. Oh, anopai, my ever win see. Na enda hombre se ha.